All right, hello everybody. Welcome to Q&A live stream number 34. It is approximately 6:48 p.m. right here on the East Coast in the great state of New Jersey, and we're going to be doing something a little bit interesting today. Instead of going for 1 hour, we're going to do this Q&A live stream for 2 hours. So we're going to end this at around 8:48 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And the reason why I wanted to do one of these was because it's been quite a long week. Um, there hasn't been that many big blows with retail, but there's certainly been some store closings and stuff. And just I want to discuss some things and future trips to places and stuff. And yeah, so hello there, Photo Electric Elevators. How are you? So guys, just give me a minute. I just need okay. There we go. All right. So, hello, Dylan D. Jesus. How are you? I'm back. I'm back. Sorry, I just had to fix my camera. So, I'm actually back home this weekend, guys. I had a really long week of changing my schedule around, and I finally just needed to escape college this weekend. Yeah, it was just long and stuff, and I'm glad to be home. It's actually supposed to go out with my friends today. But they didn't want to go out and stuff, so I'm just kind of home. I might go out to some malls tomorrow. I mean, guys, don't look for any great videos. I don't know yet where I'm going to go and what I'm going to do tomorrow. It really just depends. Um, but right now, the Broadway Commons Mall trip is either going to be next weekend or the weekend after that. Again, it's weather pending, of course, because I have to get up very early in order for me to make that trip happen. It's very long. It would be Convent to Penn Station, and then I'd have to change transit systems from New Jersey Transit to the Long Island Railroad. And again, it's just about timing and just getting there on time and getting there right when IKEA opens up, because you know how quick and busy IKEA will get, and I won't have a chance to film. So yeah. But yeah, Photo Electric. I plan on visiting Macy's Broadway the 8th or the 15th. I'm definitely going to visit though, because that's worth it. It's worth it for me to go out there. It's spending a lot of money in one day, but it is damn well worth it for me to get a video of one of those bad boys, or not bad boys. I'm sorry, the armor traction elevators. And hello, Mohammed Sonic Boom. How are you? Sorry. And Dylan D Jesus. Hi. How are you? So we're going to be going for a little bit. I'm going to try and see if we can do 2 hours because, like I said, as the night goes on, there's probably going to be more people that are going to join. Oh, I'm really tired. I had to, like I said, guys, I had to do a lot of running around today on my campus before I was going home for the weekend. I did a class switch and yeah, they definitely do have some interesting elevators on Long Island. I mean, that's why I'm making the trip to Macy's on Broadway, because it's going to be my only and last chance to ride those armor traction elevators before they cease operation. There's not really any other closings. I mean, JCPenney Green Acres, I'm not really going to go to. It's not that special of a store. Macy's at Broadway is just a little bit more special because of the armor elevators and kind of the history behind the building too. I mean, I'm gonna be really sad when those things go, because those like the last good decent department store elevators. After those go, there's not really a good department store after that. Um, there's no new Sears closing list, which I think they're trying to keep under wraps for right now. I don't know if there's going to be a closing list this year. I cannot say yes and I cannot say no. I don't know what's going to happen. If there is closing list, guys, I would say expect two, and Sears could take several different paths. Sears they could take three possible paths. The first path they could take is they could say, you know what, we want to just get out of the mall business, so we're going to close all our mall stores and we're going to just focus on our smaller format stores. Or they could be like, listen, we are completely out of money. We cannot functionally operate. We need to literally shut down and close down all our remaining big and small stores, and we're just going to cease operation as a company. But yeah, I mean, it's still getting scary at Sears. I mean, the Sears layoff site where typically I get my information for Sears layoffs. There really hasn't been people commenting, so things have been very quiet. I think for now at least. I mean, like I said, it could very well change, but it's just people just putting up old stuff. It's old news. But right now we don't have any predictions about closures and stuff for now. So, hello, Ultra Eric. How are you? So yeah, I'm planning my trip to Broadway Commons Mall. I believe this Saturday, or not this Saturday, next Saturday or the following Saturday. Obviously, weather pending, guys. I'm literally watching the weather like a hawk because I don't want to go in the snow. It would just be terrible to go there in the snow. I need to go in a decent timing. Obviously, February is the month to do it because that Macy's will be done by March. Harrisburg is a 50-50. I'm actually staying at a hotel that's a little bit further away, so I don't know if I'm going to go there. Like I said, it just depends on how everything in timing obviously is also very important. Yeah, that's really no loss. The Skyview Center Nordstrom's, that's just a 338. Macy's at Broadway Commons Mall, now that's a loss. Those armors are much more of a loss than the elevator at Nordstrom's Rack at Skyview Center. Oh, interesting. I think you commented that once on my Residence Inn video. So, anyways, but yeah, I mean, there's really no major closures. I mean, Papyrus is closing. I don't really care about that. Pier 1 Imports, they're closing, and Pier 1 Imports is just struggling because of just, I've been in Pier 1 Imports many times, and just hasn't been people, so. No, I bet another store is going to use the Nordstrom's elevator. Schindler 338s typically don't get ripped out unless they plan on putting in another store. So I would imagine that Skyview Center is going to hold on to that Schindler for now. I don't think they're going to get rid of it. The only time I see them getting rid of Schindler's is if they're trying to downsize the Forever 21 store. A great example of that would be at the Forever 21 at Freehold Raceway Mall, where Forever 21 took up the upper level. Meanwhile, they got Zara in the lower level of that former Forever 21 space. Also, the Forever 21 at the mall at Short Hills, by the way, I think that's a great location for Zara to go, because Zara would have a presence at that mall, and I think that would be like the best location because literally all they'd have to do is renovate the store. They could keep the same exact elevator. They don't even have to do anything. They just have to move in and renovate the store, obviously, but you get what I mean about that. I think Zara would do really well at that mall, in my opinion, at least. So the next thing I wanted to get into was the month of March. So March, I don't know yet exactly which shopping mall I'll be going to. It's either going to be Livingston or Rockaway. It all depends on which Sears store gets announced. If Rockaway gets announced, then I'm going to go to Rockaway. If the store Livingston gets announced, then I'm going to Livingston. If they both get announced, then I'll have to make a trip to Livingston, and I will have to make a trip to Rockaway Town Square. So it all depends on how the announcements fall into place, obviously. If they both get announced at the same time, one weekend I'll do Rockaway, the next weekend I'll do Livingston. Again, it all depends on when the announcements fall into place. So another topic I wanted to talk about very quickly and very briefly was American Dream Meadowlands. Now, I do not know when the next major thing is going to open up at that shopping complex. But right now, there's only a couple things that are opened. The It Sugar, which they actually have an elevator operator for that store. The Nickelodeon Universe theme park, the ice skating rink, and the ski slope. And also, there is a couple of little shops along the way that are opened up. But nothing really major is opened up there just yet, guys. I don't know what you're referring to on that one. The Chicago, Illinois question. I don't know what that's referring to. You know what? I gotta actually plug my computer in, and I'll tell you. Going from Madison to here, it is not fun. It's a long ride, that's for sure. And then I have to get back on the train Sunday. Be taking Pascagoula Valley to Secaucus to get on the Morris and Essex lines. It's gonna be a long trip. So Oh, nice. Filming the elevators at the Marriott Marquis. Nice, very nice. Yeah, I've been meaning to get back there. I kind of do want to get back there. Oh, and hello, Wath Miss Ms. How are you? So I plan on going to Macy's at Broadway. I think somewhere between February 8th and February 15th. It's going to be on a weekend because, like I said, I have classes during the week, and it's harder for me to physically leave the campus. So I'd rather do it on a weekend where I have that flexibility and the time to say get on a train and go out to Hicksville. So, oh yeah, that's right, Nikki Stakawas. Yeah, very sad. I still can't believe he died in a car accident. That's very sad. I don't know. I don't remember his channel name, unfortunately. So, so if you guys have anything else to talk about, I mean, I've really unfortunately run out of stuff to talk about. Oh yeah, Amazon's opening up a store. Um, yes, I did. Very sad. The whole Kobe Bryant thing is very sad. Um, but yeah, it's very sad. The Kobe Bryant helicopter crash. That's very sad. Yeah, I mean, I was on Snapchat. I have friends, and it was just a whole bunch of tributes. It's very sad, you know. I mean, people looked up to him, so it's sad. It's very sad, actually. Um, so yeah, Amazon's opening up these new stores called 4-star stores at American Dream. So yeah, that's what happened. And hello, Transportation 930. How are you? So the next thing I really wanted to get into was what the new crisp. No, Walmart is not going to wane. The next thing I wanted to actually get into was Krispy Kreme is pretty close to getting near my house. It's pretty awesome of how the building looks. It's right in East Rutherford, believe it or not, right near where I right where that is. Wow, look at that. Look at that image. This place is literally going to be sick. This was a former Capital One. Oh, you lost your camera. How did that one happen? Oof. What was it, an iPod you lost? By the way, if you guys are interested in seeing an image of the Krispy Kreme coming to East Rutherford, I'm going to actually have it in the description below. I mean, they're pretty much taking an old Capital One, and they are turning it into something that is just absolutely beautiful. Now, I wish I could add it in the chat, but I don't think I can, unfortunately. So, $200 Canon PowerShot. That's not good, dude. You got to be more careful with stuff like that. Did you? Yeah, you need to be careful with stuff like that, dude. Like, if I were you, see, guys, what I typically do, and this is a good thing of advice, do not leave your camera alone. What I typically do for my camera, actually, I don't even know if I bought a bag. I may or may not have packed this weekend, but you guys will get the idea of it. Oh, you know what? I know where it is. Hold on, 1 second. I think of it, yeah, I packed this Tommy Hilfiger bag with me. My tip of advice, I think it's in here with all my clothes. Oh yeah, here we go. My tip of advice, if you guys have a camera, definitely bring a little bag like this, like I have right here. See this little travel channel bag? You never forget it and you don't lose it. That's what I always do. Each time I'm filming elevators, I always have this bag on me just so I can easily reach in, grab my camera. Sometimes I even put it in my coat pocket. It really just depends on where I am and what I want to film. But I typically put it in there so at least I can get my camera out quickly so I can start filming elevators. But yeah. But yeah, dude, I would be more careful with that. I don't know. If I win, only if I win the contest, I'll make the trip there. Like I said, I entered into the contest. I'll make the announcement if I won or not. So yeah, these schools have these things called yonders now. They introduced them in my former high school. You and pretty much not really. They don't have the authority to take your camera. They can ask you to stop recording, but they don't have the authority to take your camera. They're not. Remember, the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey are not the police. You guys have to remember that. Get this in your head. The Port Authority of New York and New Jersey are not the police. I don't care what they say or what they do. They do not have rights to your camera. They can ask you to stop recording, but they do not have a right to your personal property. If that is the case with the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey, immediately find a police officer. Immediately. Because the last thing you need is for your personal property to be stolen by an unauthorized law-abiding or law authority. So remember that. If you're having trouble and they're threatening to take your camera away for some stupid reason, find a police officer immediately. Tell them the situation. This is what you do. This is clearly a publicly owned, property, and it's run by the city. I get it. The Port Authority is just trying to enforce the rules. I'm not doing anything wrong, and you can just get on with your day. So that's why. I know. I want to get down to DC. I don't know when. I'd like to go to DC someday. I just don't know when. So no, yeah, I can use my phone during college. Of course, they encourage connectivity. At my old school, now they just introduced a new they introduced a new policy called the Yonder policy, and what Yonder is pretty much, unfortunately, is here. I can show you guys. I'm going to actually do a split, share a screen or something. Um, so Yonder is pretty much so. This is pretty much the goal. This is a photoshopped image, and I hope I don't get copyrighted for this. Share screen. Just so see, this is the thing called Yonder. So pretty much what happens, and this is just an image of kids working on work. Pretty much with these Yonder cases, is the minute you walk in the building, you pretty much have to put your phone in a case, in a Yonder case, and you are not allowed to unlock that case until the end of the day. I get the reason why they're doing it. I mean, in my opinion, it's stupid, but I get it. They have to do it because I guess some schools were having problems with social media. Kids would be on their phone all day during lunch. I could see why schools are trying to do it because they want kids to be more engaged during school hours. And I totally get that. You're going there, your parents or even the district sometimes pays for it. So they do that for a good reason. It's not because they don't want you to be on your phones. It's just they don't want to have bullying problems. That's all. They're looking out for their safety. And for that, I do respect it in some ways, but it does kind of stink. And then right here is an image of what happens. So the case is you enter the phone-free area. Your phone will be placed in a Yonder case. Once inside the case, it will lock. You will maintain possession of your phone at all times. And to use the phone, step outside and tap and unlock it by a base. So pretty much the phone goes in the minute you walk in the building, and it unlocks the second you leave the building. So that is the whole Yonder thing. Very odd discussion about Yonder, but yeah. So Oh, nice. So I'm going to Cincinnati. Oh, nice. You're gonna visit Fayette Mall in Kentucky and Kenwood. I think there's a Macy's store that's closing at one of those malls, so I would go get a final ride on one of those. Um, but yeah. So, anyways, so it's kind of stinks I couldn't go out with my friend. Yeah, we were gonna go to some. Yeah, you got to be careful with using your phone during class. I don't typically use my phone, and I'm typically pretty good about that. Um, but unfortunately, there are some kids who don't give a damn. And yes, I have heard of those malls. No, this is not FDU. I actually went home for the weekend. I've heard of the only one I've heard of is Kenwood Town Center, but I know that one of the Macy's stores is closing. I think it's at the Fayette Mall, if I'm not mistaken. I just have to check something here. Just looking at. Wow, 5 hours ago. Why would it be showing something like that? Just a couple of notifications on Instagram. Just want to charge my phone because my phone's literally at what is it at? Oh my goodness, guys, it's at 8%. I gotta charge my phone. Been gone like all day, just going out, and I had to fix something with my classes and stuff, and now I'm pretty much all set for the semester. So it's no longer the ad drop period, which actually ends on Monday. I got all the books, so I'm pretty much all good to go for the semester. So yeah. Yeah. I don't know why would she pay $15 to get a phone back. That's stupid. So it costs $15 because she decided to take it out during class. That's kind of silly. So, like I said again, guys, this is actually going to be an interesting live stream because it's actually going to be a 2-hour live stream because I or an hour and a half. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens at around 8. So, but yeah. So that was my explanation on Yonder. I'm not a huge fan of it, but I think some schools have to do it for the bullying purposes, obviously, which I do respect. Four Seasons Hotel in Vancouver, British Columbia is closing for redevelopment. Well, that makes sense. If they're going to close a hotel, it's probably because revenue's down and they're not selling enough rooms. Yeah. Hotels, guys, close for a pretty good reason, and especially if they're outdated and there's not enough people staying in them, then they need to close. Then clearly there's something wrong with the location and it's wrong with the interior. But then at my school, we don't do phone calls. Well, that makes sense. There's no need to call. There's no need to make phone calls during school unless it's an absolute emergency. So, Delive. I've never seen his videos, but I don't know. I don't know if there's a Kentuckian accent. I thought that was more like Atlanta, Georgia. That's interesting, though. That's very interesting, actually. I mean, like I said, I haven't gotten around to watching his videos because I've been so busy with college, and this is finally the first weekend where I'm actually home and stuff. So, well, that makes sense. Yeah, no. Oh, why did I just pick my nose? Ew, that was gross. Sorry, guys. I did not mean to do that in front of you. Hold on, I just have to pause this for one second. I actually like matte fixtures, though. Dewhurst are okay. Monitor TR, though, those suck. I hate Monitor TR. No, there's still a bunch of Schindler MTs around. Yeah, some of them are getting decommissioned, but there's still plenty of them around. I mean, you got the Schindler MT, I think Lord and Taylor in Paramus, Lord and Taylor Willowbrook, you still have that one. Lord and Taylor Freehold, that has a Schindler MT. Macy's at Freehold has a Schindler MT. What else has a Schindler MT? Barnes Noble in Clifton, a couple of extended stay Americas in East Rutherford and Rutherford. There's also a Schindler MT at I'm trying to think, where else is there a Schindler MT? Barnes Noble Paramus 3. There's a Schindler MT at Paramus Park, the food court. There's a Schindler MT, I believe, at one of the hotels in Fair Lawn Paramus. And where else is there a Schindler MT? There used to be one in Marshall's. Oh, in Saks Fifth Avenue off Fifth. They still have Schindler MTs in there. Although they might be getting rid of those. I don't know yet what's going to happen. They do actually, but I think the Barnes and Noble relocated ever since. And I think that's a staff elevator, from what I know. I mean, I don't really care personally. You know, sometimes you got to take risks in life, and if you know what, you get kicked out and you still get a good video. At the end of the day, that's all that really matters. I mean, I have guys. I will tell you this: I've gone to so many restricted floors, and I've never. I mean, I've never gotten yelled at. I mean, okay, yes, I have. I've had incidents that were happened, but I mean, after that, I kind of just leave the building because I know that their next move is to call the police. I mean, we don't need to call the cops for riding for filming an elevator. I think that's a stupid police report to file. Random adult goes into building and films elevator, and then what? Get a $200 charge just for filming an elevator? I think that's just stupid. Interesting. Yes, I know that. Market fair. Yes, that's Barnes and Noble. I know exactly what you're talking about. They redid the store though. Unless it's the AMC that has one, but I don't think so. Yeah, Barnes and Noble relocated in the mall, I believe. Unless they didn't relocate. Oh, Harrison Street. Oh, sorry. I thought it was Market Fair. No, there's still Montgomery Vectors in New Jersey. J.C. Penney, Freehold, Lord and Taylor, Quaker Bridge. Those are the two in the state. And you still have Macy's in New York. Yes, I think we established this last week when I ordered DoorDash. What is your favorite thing about Woodbridge Center? The feel of the mall, it's very 1970s, and I think the fact, well, when I went obviously before Lord and Taylor closed, it just felt like a complete mall. It didn't feel like a dead mall. It just felt, I don't know. You don't get that feeling up here in North Jersey. It's all kind of new, but when you go to like Woodbridge, it's just, I don't know. There's a good amount of stores. You got Macy's, you got J.C. Penney, you got Sears, you got Boscov's, you got J.C. Penney and Lord and Taylor. Lord and Taylor's gone now, but I don't know. The nice part about it, I mean, I know that there was no food court, but I liked how there was the different separate areas for the restaurants. Like there was a separate area for Wendy's, there was a separate area for McDonald's, Chick-fil-A. Like it was just nice. It's always been a really good mall. So it's one of my favorites. It is one of my favorites in the state. Probably my second favorite right after the mall at Short Hills because it's just a nice big mall. It's like Freehold pretty much. Staten Island's kind of It's only okay. It's not the greatest mall. I mean, I'll be back down there maybe in June or something. Maybe I'll film. I don't know. I'll figure out a day to go down there or something. Oh, you should, especially if you live in Princeton. So yeah, it's nice though. Um, the malls. So, but right now, guys, the mall lineup is Broadway Commons Mall in. Oh yeah, you're welcome. Of course, I like to give my opinion about Woodbridge Center, and I like Woodbridge Center a lot because of the just the feel of the mall. Honestly, it reminded me a lot of how Quaker Ridge used to look when I was much smaller. I remember the wood rails, like those were never updated. Willowbrook had those same exact rails. Unfortunately, they have since been removed. So that's kind of why I like Woodbridge Center. It's one of those nice malls that it's in the 70s, but it's still kept up very well. Like the elevator was there, so I mean that shouldn't really matter. Eventually people know. I'm not saying exactly what town I live in, but oh, okay, cool. Um, I mean that doesn't really give it away. You could just say you're a filmer from Mercer County. They don't need to know that you live in Princeton. So, or they don't need to know you live in that area. Sorry, my bad. Whoops. Or they don't need to know that you live in that area. That's all. Um, so anyways. Oh, Jim Lee Elevators. Good to see you again. How's everything? So I know Nikki Stakalis died 2 years ago today. So yeah, very sad. Still very sad that he died in that car accident in L.A. It's to think. It's funny. If you guys don't realize this, life can literally change on a dime. It's crazy. The whole thing with Kobe Bryant was pretty sad. It's just crazy. It's just life can flip just on a dime. So, anyways, yeah, I know. I've been so busy with school. Yes, yes, I do. I do. I was actually just going to say that. Believe it or not, I'll definitely. I'll put it. I'll put it up tonight or something, and I'll give you a shout out. I promise. I will put it up tonight. Just yeah. Let me go to your channel real quick. Actually, hold on. Give me 1 second. Wow, there's actually a lot of y'all watching my live stream. It's great. Oh, nice photo bomb. Here on YouTube. Sorry, Jim, if I just played your video. My apologies. Yeah, no. I'll take care of it tonight. No problem. I'll have a nice video. I'll do a little intro, give you a nice shout out, and I'll say this is my good friend, uh, Jim. Yeah, you posted it 5 months ago. It says the how to deal with security. Is that the one? The how to deal with security when filming. Is that it? Okay, sure. Why not? Okay, so we are actually going to watch an elevator video from Jim Lee Elevators, and And this is how to deal with security from Jim Lee Elevators. And once again, here's a shout out from Jim Lee Elevators for allowing me to play this video during my live stream. So thank you to Jim Lee Elevators. Also, guys, make sure to subscribe to Jim Lee Elevators because he makes some excellent elevator content around the greater area of Houston, Texas. Thank you. I appreciate that. Let's see here. Really, I love the affection, guys. Thank you. Anyways, let me go ahead and play Jim Lee's video now. And then if you guys have any questions, I will get to them after the thing. I'll just go ahead and X out of that. Application window. Hold on. Okay, all right. So this is Jim Lee's video, everybody. Hope you enjoy. It's also a shout out to Diesel Ducey too.
Diesel Ducey! All right. Hi, everybody. This is Jim here on YouTube, and before I get started, I would like to remind you a few things. Whenever you happen to be questioned by anybody who works in the building, such as a staff employee, a security guard, or a property manager, make sure you tell them exactly what you're doing so that they would understand. And if you're asked not to take photos or to leave the building, you must comply with that. Otherwise, you'll be found guilty for trespassing if you refuse to do so when told. However, you are not required to delete anything that you took there. I do not know what you should do if someone asks you to delete the materials, but all I know is that they cannot tell you to delete the stuff that you took on your camera, nor are they allowed to see, touch, or confiscate it. So anyways, what you're about to see in this video is a perfect dealing with security the right way, which is pretty much similar to Andrew's video on that 1998 Schindler in that one building he filmed with Lee, also known as the Elevator Geek. That security guard, what you're about to see in this video, was very, very nice. Not only that he is very nice of me letting me film, but he also let me show this video to spread to you guys so that you are aware. So I have to give a big thanks to him for allowing me to spread this word on here. So anyways, I hope this is understandable to you, so I'm going to roll the video. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. All right, Andrew, Diesel Ducey, and Jason STL Elevators. Here is a wonderful wheelchair lift right here. Big thanks to one of the staff members who's doing a conference for letting me film this. I don't usually film this thing. All right, let's jump inside. Close that up. I don't know what brand this is. Oh, it's a Harmar. It's a Harmar wheelchair lift. Never heard of that brand before. We'll get a good look at this cab. Andrew and Jason, make sure you tell me, oh, it's a Highlander by Harmar. I never heard of that brand before. All right, here are your fixtures. Let's take this thing up. Here we go. All right, let's get a view of the controls right here. It's a little low light, so there's your control. I got to talk over the music. Here's a view right there into the hallway area. Yes, I'm just an elevator enthusiast. There was someone was loading the luggage down here, and I asked if I could do a quick video of it, and he said yes. If you not let me, I apologize. Okay. I'll get off and leave.
No, you're fine. I just need to ask a few questions. Are you a guest of the hotel at all?
No, I'm not.
No, okay, that's fine. That's still okay. What are you doing it for?
I just like to film elevators as a hobby, and I just share it over social media.
Okay, I gotcha.
Yeah. So yeah, that's why I want to let you know in case if you're wondering what's going on. Do you work here or something?
I do. I'm the director of security.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, just
We just have to ask a few questions. If anybody's filming any of our area, anything in the hotel, we do need to ask a few questions. Find out what's your name again.
my name is Jim.
Jim.
I'll talk about it later. I'm just, it's just I don't really like sharing too much information.
No, I understand.
It's just for privacy reasons.
Step out here.
Let me get one last caveat, and then I'm just gonna. All right, there it goes, and there are controls, and that's it.
Okay.
So right after I stop the camera, I then continue on the conversation about my whole elevator hobby with the security member while I was walking upstairs to the lobby. And overall, as you just heard in this video, how he dealt with me, he was very, very considerate. Not only that he completely understands my whole elevator hobby, but he also knows a lot about how other security members have treated photographers. Now I ask that you please do not say anything mean in the comments about security members as they're doing their jobs as instructed by their building managements. Yes, I completely understand things turned out of hand when dealing with getting busted, but still I ask that you please keep your comments appropriate. And then I also told him about trespassing, which he knows a lot about all of that as well also. But I am not going to say anybody's names to avoid conflict. So if you do know, please do not mention it in the comments at all. And finally, at the end, I asked him if I could share this video for importance. And he told me, yes, sure you can. Go spread the word. So that is what I'm exactly going to do as he asked me to. Then after that, we're all cool. I told him thank you so much and have a great day. And I just left the building with a happy ending. So that security member I talked with was amazing. Not only that he is so considerate of my elevator hobby, but for allowing me to share this video up on here to show you guys how important it is to respect building owners. So I hope this made you feel better, you learned something, and that I hope I explained everything clearly well. So before I conclude this video, I want to give two shout outs. One, Andrew Reams, also known as Diesel Doocy, because today is his birthday. If y'all have not wished Andrew a happy birthday, I recommend doing so. Today is Andrew Reams' birthday. And second of all is Chris Cronin. Chris, if you're watching this video, you have my permission to use this on your channel. Just to use the ones where I was on the wheelchair lift and talking with the security member. And also that you did a very good explaining on your video. I talked with you a couple months ago. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video, that I made it a happy educational one. So hope you all enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching, and I wish all of you the best. Have a great weekend. Bye, everyone.
Thank you, Jim Lee. So let me go ahead and turn the autoplay off. So let's go ahead and remove that from the screen. So thank you, Jim Lee. Sugarland, okay. So thank you, Jim Lee, for letting me for giving the shout out, and as I will return you the favor with a shout out in the video when I put it up. I'm probably going to post it directly right after this live stream. And so thank you, Jim Lee. Jim Lee, you did a really good job with explaining of how to deal with security. And honestly, Jim Lee, I wish we had guards like that up here in New York City. It is a totally different world. Just more people are appreciative, especially down in the South. And I'll tell you, people are much nicer down there. Here, you get people that are yelling and screaming. I mean, even a couple weeks ago when I had an appointment in Paramus, there was this really mean and just angry woman who didn't even have the audacity to wait for another elevator, and she just got in anyway. Not saying that that's a bad thing. I get it. They're modernizing the other one. But if she really wanted to get out of the building, she could have just taken the stairs. Why wait for an elevator? It's going up anyway, so what does it matter? And I'll tell you, that's just the beginning. After that, when I was done there was this other woman who was at HomeSense, which is a home store in Paramus, who just wanted to rush out of there because she needed to be somewhere. Because, she couldn't wait that extra 5 minutes. That's the problem with people in this area. Everybody in this area of northern New Jersey, Long Island, upper Rockland and Westchester counties are always in a rush. Always in a rush. They don't care what happens to them as long as they get their selfish ASSs to the exact place that they need to be at a certain time. It's very unfortunate. It is really sad. And it has really made me consider my moving choices for the future, obviously. That's if I choose to stay here on the East Coast. I know. Exactly. And I feel it back here at home. Not saying that's my family, but people around here are just terrible. They're just terrible. I mean, I get it. They're looking out for themselves. But I think the worst had to be that elevator. Just this woman. She's like, well, it's the only one that's working. Like, you could wait for another elevator, or you could take the stairs. You're on the second floor. Oh, but I don't want to walk all the way down there. That's too damn bad. So it's just people around here suck. Not saying everybody sucks. Hold on. But the issue that I have is they're just not as nice. The southern you get, the nicer people get. The nicer they don't understand. I know they could, or they could take the stairs. She could walk down a flight of stairs. She could have. She could have very simply walked down the stairs. Look, I'm sorry that I needed to film a video because it got modernized. I get it. People need to use the elevator, but you should just wait for another one, or just wait for it to go in the right direction. So, yeah. Okay, sorry guys. I just got a text from a friend. I just need to reply to this. StreamYard is sharing window. Oh. Okay, I can stop sharing that. Sorry. I just have to reply to a friend real quick. Sorry about that, guys. I know, and she could have taken the stairs, but nope. She had to instead step in the elevator because she felt that she was going to get there faster. Like, come on. You can't do that. Not that I'm religious, but that's very true. Hello again, Lenny. AO3, how are you? It's just crazy. Oh, and let me get to this. Sorry, Transportation 930. I got in this whole thing about an elevator discussion. So, I take the stairs too sometimes for exercise. What is the timestamp? That is a great question. Let me actually get to that right now. Sorry about that, guys. Hold on. Yeah, it was just an awful experience. I'll replay it for you guys, actually. Believe it or not. Here, listen, after I heard this, I was just disgusted. So, okay. So before I get to that, yes, Transportation 930 about PNW elevators. So unfortunately, PNW elevator, he was an elevator filmer based out on the West Coast in Seattle, Washington, and he unfortunately had to quit making elevator videos for health reasons. That's why. Sorry about that. My apologies. But yeah, PNW elevator I think he was having some issues, and he needed to focus on things like college. It was very sad though, because I liked PNW elevator's content. He did a really good job, And I loved his videos of buses. They were nice. I mean, not that I'm a huge bus fan, but you know, he put a lot of time and effort. And I think for him to just walk away from that is just, it's a shocker. But you know, sometimes things change, and people, you know, they just want to move on with their lives. And you know, I guess he was having issues and he needed to, you know, step away from YouTube. And I, you know, as a fellow YouTuber, I respect that. I respect that he didn't want to be part of that association, or he didn't want to be part of the community. He wanted to go do something different. You know, he wanted to go get a career. Okay, I'll see you later, Dylan D. Jesus. Yeah, but it's a lot worse in the north. South ain't too bad. Once you get to the north, everybody's an a-hole, literally. But yeah, that's what happened with Sky Vaders. I don't know about Sky Vaders. That one I don't know about. I do know what happened with Revio 8778. Yeah, I don't really talk about him. Let's not talk about that. But yeah, I actually wanted you guys to hear how obnoxious this lady was. I mean, she didn't sound that obnoxious, but she didn't have to go. She didn't have to go into an explanation. I don't know what made her feel the need to do that. Like, you know, just, you know, I get it. People have a destination to get to, but you don't need to say that to me. Like, here, I'm gonna play it for you guys. Yes, I was just about to, because I was about to show, but you wanted me to answer the pin of this. Okay, so now here is the video of that very, very obnoxious lady. Hold on, I just have to share the screen and just the application of Chrome tab. Okay. So listen, so guys, listen to this. So it's going to be right around here, I think. Hold on. My apologies if I have to go around in the video. But yeah, I mean, she was very obnoxious. Hold on. I'd have to refresh the page. Okay. Okay. All right. It is right around here at 2:59, I would say. Sorry, this is okay. Here we go. Hold on, it's right around here.
Now this is going.
Yep, this is it. Sorry, this thing literally takes forever to buffer. So my apologies if that seems to be the case. I would obviously go more into it, but it'll just take forever to buffer and stuff.
Trust me. Have a nice day. You go up and down. Now this is going up. Yeah. All right.
Listen to that.
You go up and down. Now this is going up. Yeah.
Wow, the only elevator that's working. She must have had a really bad day. Like, you don't just say something like that. Honestly. Like if somebody was going up to an appointment in that building, like that's just not right, honestly. Honestly. And I'm not just saying that because I'm trying to be rude. She's like, "Oh well, it's the only elevator that's working." You could just say, she could have said, "Okay, no problem." You know, what if somebody had to get to an appointment? What if somebody had an appointment on the 3rd floor, and this lady who needed to apparently get to her destination, you know, was going to get in the elevator anyway? Well, that is going to absolutely feels the need that she needs to be somewhere. And she feels that she's going to save an extra 5 minutes by getting in the elevator, already being in the elevator. Well, clearly that didn't do enough for her. So all she had to do was just take the stairs. If you don't want to wait for an elevator and you saw when you walked into the building for your precious appointment on the second floor, you could have taken the stairs. It's like, oh no, but the office is right there, right next to the elevator. Well, I'm sorry, that's not my fault. But you know, look, I don't like to rant about people. I'm a nice guy. But when you make up excuses because you need to be certain places, that's not my problem. You should have known that. You should have known that, okay, clearly I needed to take another way. Because like I said, all she could have done was taken the stairs. That's all she could have done. Taken the stairs. Very simple, is to take the stairs. I can understand if you're in a wheelchair. Even people that are in a wheelchair would wait. Because what if it was a full elevator and she was going to get in anyway because she wanted to be down there the first? I don't understand people like that sometimes. I've told people many times, like in malls, like if I'm going up, I'm clearly not going down. So people have to. What people don't realize is they don't pay attention to the direction, and I think that's a true issue because first of all, you're going to get in the wrong like let's say you're in an office building and you feel like you're going to be late and you got to get home at a certain time. Sometimes you just have to wait. You just have to accept the fact that you have to wait. So the stairs in that building at each ends of the building, it's not that hard. Come on now. She could have walked, she could have used some exercise. My God, she probably drove to the building. So this is crazy, but whatever. Yes, very sad that Kobe Bryant passed away. That's actually the second person that mentioned that in this live stream. Still very sad that he passed away. Rest in peace, man. Rest in peace. I'm not a fan of basketball, but still, rest in peace. Yeah, I would imagine. And I'm sure it's clearly marked on a fire map. Me too, because they don't care. They don't care if somebody has to go to the third floor. They feel that they're going to save an extra. No, they would have to be locked. Because what if a fire happened? They have to have stairs in that building. Yeah, people are impatient. And I agree with you. That happens a lot around here, guys, in the New York City metropolitan area. People don't care. It's with subway cars. It's with New Jersey Transit trains because people squeeze on because they feel, and I get it because they need to get into the city. That's the worst is when you squeeze in the train during the week and you feel like sardines. It's crazy. Sorry. My apologies. You understand this, Chris. There was an Otis technician at the Ritz-Carlton Hotel in Chicago who was not happy with me when I met him. Why is that? That's interesting. That's really interesting. Actually, that's illegal for him to yell that to you. This is a rule for New Jersey Transit. New Jersey Transit is a publicly funded government transit agency which you are allowed to film. They cannot say no to you. And if they say no to you, get the police. That's interesting that he would get angry at you. An Otis technician. And maybe it was an Otis technician that was based in Chicago. Maybe that's probably why. Yeah, New Jersey Transit, they're not allowed to yell at you for filming because that's a public transit system. You can film as much as you want there. Yeah, no. If it's a government-funded agency like New Jersey Transit that's funded by the taxpayers, you have the right to film there. Well, the problem is in metro areas, people are always in a rush. It's not like it's laid back. No, there's already an AMC near Rockaway Town Square, and there's an AMC in Hamilton not too far away from Quaker Bridge. I think you're allowed to record. I would think you're allowed to record a public transit system. You may take a picture, but you're not allowed, but you may not record. Oh, that's funny. That is so funny. Poor New Jersey Transit. They think some terrorist is going to use that video of their trains. I don't give a hell what they say. There is train filmers all the time filming trains, all the time. When you get to say that rights apply to that because it's a public funded system. You can you can film that. PATH is a little different. Yes, that's not a public transit system. New Jersey Transit, yeah, you could film New Jersey Transit. They don't really care. Well, okay, it's not that they really don't care, but you can still technically film it because it's a government funded agency, and anything that's government funded, unless it's not a government private property, then yeah, if it's a public transit system, yeah, you're allowed to film it. Even on the inside of the train, they can't. It's government funded. It's property that's public property that's funded by the taxpayers. So, I'd say that's fair game, honestly. And if they yell at you, I would say get the police. I know everything leads back to police, but sometimes officers of the law can make things right. Well, they must invest a lot of money in that. That makes sense, probably. So, 1 6-year-old boy was killed by the police in Louisiana. That's crazy. Wow. Yeah. He must have been mistaken for somebody else. That typically happens. I think CMX Theaters is going to open up at American Dream Meadowlands, I believe. I've been to a couple of movie theaters, actually. My favorite one probably has to be kind of like Regal in Nanuet. That was pretty nice when I went. I didn't really like AMC Palisades. I kind of like Regal because it was different. It wasn't like the traditional AMC that I've been to. Because I've been to all 3 AMCs in Bergen County. I've been to AMC Ridgefield Park 12. I've been to AMC Garden State 16, AMC Dining Riverside 9 for a quick preview tour, and AMC Ridgefield Park 12. I've also been to what's another movie theater? Oh, AMC Palisades 21. Excuse me. What's another movie theater I've been to? AMC. I haven't been to the one near my school yet. I kind of want to get to the one in East Hanover soon. Yeah, that's not a great place to be. The New York City subway. I haven't taken the New York City subway, I think, at least in a year. The last time I think I took it was when I went down to World Trade Center. When during my senior year of high school, I actually had 9/11 off. I think it was some Jewish holiday, so that's why I had off. Well, I'm not surprised. I mean, look, it's unfortunate people are obnoxious, but they're obnoxious because it's like they need to get somewhere, and it just really stinks. Silver Spot Cinema should open up at Livingston Mall. Don't think that's going to happen because there's movie theaters already in that area. Yeah, they're trying. But it's still the same old. Yeah, I try to avoid the subway if I can. It's just I don't really like the subway, if I don't have to take it, so yeah. Well, that would make sense. That happened once a couple years ago at my school. I was doing some project for, I think it was, I was building some roller coaster. This is a funny story. I'm not going to mention any names, but I was building a roller coaster a couple years ago. And I guess I was talking to this kid, and he just, he started like just going crazy, and he was on the floor, and then they had to call the police. I mean, not the police, they had to call 911, and they had to get an ambulance out. So, made sense. Yeah, I think we all had to leave the room right after. It was crazy. Yeah, they had to bring in the whole EMT crew. It was insane. But that was a very long time ago. It was 7 years ago, I think. Yeah, very long time ago that happened. That would make sense. Oh, oh. So I think we should keep this live stream going for another hour. What do you think, guys? I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking let's make this the ultimate night for live streaming because I'm home and I got nothing else to do. Yeah. So well, maybe we'll go for a half an hour. We'll see where we get. Yeah, Uniqlo used to be. I really thought Uniqlo was going to be a store that was building two-story stores. I guess it was a test, and I guess ultimately they came out with the one-level store in Palisades, and then they ultimately just went with that. And I think that's why Uniqlo exited Westfield Garden State because they couldn't get rid of that store fast enough. So that's why. Wow, 233 feet long. No, they actually just opened up an AMC dine-in at the Staten Island Mall. I don't think they're going to want to put another. They're not going to want to put another movie theater there. They already have an AMC dine-in there. I haven't been back to Staten Island since right before they started construction on the expansion, which I want to go see eventually. I don't know. I might go see it this summer. I'm not a huge fan of that mall. I don't really care for it, but you know what? If I'm there, screw it. Let me just go anyway. So. I'm gonna check my phone. Actually, if you guys have any questions, go ahead and put them in the live chat. I'll actually be sitting here for a minute on my phone. Oh, holy moly! Sorry, guys. I'm just going through my phone because I got a lot of notifications and I don't want to miss out on anything. Okay. Wow. Yeah. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Still here. Don't worry. No worry. Okay, transportation 9:30. See you soon, man. Yes, Eddie Lampert still sucks. He destroyed Sears, as we all know. I've got on many rants about Sears, and yeah, there's no new news right now, so I can't really be there. No, I don't think so. I think there's a movie theater that's near Smith Haven Mall, actually. I think, yeah. I don't think Smith Haven Mall. I think there's a I think there's a movie theater that's nearby. And I don't think Silver Spot is interested in that area. Yeah, there's an AMC that's not too far away in Stony Brook. Oh, and it's an AMC Lowe's. Wow, it's one of the older style AMC theaters. Interesting. Guess this is a drop-off zone. When I was much smaller, yes, for Winnie the Pooh. Yes, they are, because Eddie Lampert sucks. Although there's no new articles. They're trying to keep it low key for now. So, anyways, but yeah, I'll wait and see where this live stream goes in the next 15 to 20 minutes, and then if I'm gonna wrap up for the night, I think I might. I mean, I don't like to wrap up early, but I'm kind of tired, and I kind of want to just chill, kind of just relax a little bit because I actually have work to do tomorrow after I'm done with after I'm done with some shopping tomorrow for stuff during the day, obviously. So I want to at least get that out of the way so I can work on that assignment, and then got to play catch up in a class that I just switched into for school, and then it's back to FDU on Sunday. I'm going to be taking a train. So there's two train stops in my town, but one of them is running a 4:56, gets me into Secaucus, I think, at 5:06, and then I transfer to the upper level. There's a 5:20, so that'll get me into FDU, unfortunately, at 6:24, which stinks, but it's okay. Well, that makes sense. They got to reuse those old Sears stores eventually. No, you can't put a movie theater in the mall at Short Hills, and there's a very good reason for it. Plus, there's an AMC in Morristown, and there's an AMC in East Hanover, so I think it would just be too much movie theater competition. Oh, God, I'm so tired. Oh, my God. I may want to shower soon, actually. Sorry, guys. I really don't know what else to talk about. If you guys have any last-minute questions, go ahead and shoot them in the chat. I've honestly run out of stuff to talk about, and that's not typically me, but I typically end these after about an hour. Okay, yeah, looks like people are going ahead and leaving. If you guys have any last-minute questions, let me know. Otherwise, I am going to end the live stream. Otherwise, I would keep it going, but I'm just. Well, that makes sense. Sometimes stores do that too. A great example of that is Acme. Acme got too many stores from A&P and Pathmark, so they closed more stores to better source their locations, obviously. Stores do that sometimes. Sometimes they overstore, and then they close locations, and then they want one location. So they overstore sometimes. Sometimes there's good reasons behind that. Kind of like the 4 H&M stores in Bergen County. I think we need to downsize a little bit on that. I think H&M should either close Westfield Garden State Plaza or expand it, or just close the location as a whole, because that location needs to go. Keep the one at the Alta Bergen Town Center and close the one at Riverside. I think that's how it should be, honestly. Oh, Nordstrom's Rack. One in Manhasset. There's still the one at the Alta Bergen Town Center. There's a couple in New Jersey. The Alta Bergen Town Center, Wayne Town Center. There's the one in East Hanover, which is near my current college. And I think there's another one in Rockaway. There's one in Rockaway. They've popped up like crazy. Nordstrom's Rack. Yes, I did like Veggie Tales when I was much smaller. I do apologize if I'm not getting these questions quick enough. I'm actually going to pull out my phone because it's probably charged up enough now. Yes. So I do apologize if the questions do come in late. No, H&M, I believe, now uses Kone, believe it or not. So. Oh, Ganesh Trains and Elevators got busted for trying to ride an elevator. Oof. Oof. A Dover elevator. Ouch. Wow. I'm going to listen to this real quick. Oh. Oh, wow. 7-second video. Nice. So I'm sorry. I'm 20. Not to sound mean, but I don't think that's not the kind of show I need to be watching. So I'm a little too old for that. Sorry. But thanks for the suggestion. Man, I really do spike up my hair nice. Oh, right. That's why I went on YouTube. I didn't want to go on YouTube to watch a busted video. I wanted to see how much quickly, guys, your questions would come in. God, I lost track of time. There we go. Okay. Okay. So oh, I like how this does that. That's interesting. Really, no more questions, guys? Okay then. All right. Okay. Any last minute questions? Going once, going twice, going 3 times. Twelve Oaks. I don't know about 12 Oaks. Since there's I see why there's a 4th person watching. Wow, sweet guys. Thank you. Thank you for the views. Wow. We had a lot of people during this live stream, so anyways, so if there's no more questions left, yeah, okay, all right, so guys, so I think I'm going to wrap up this Q&A live stream number 34. Again, if you would like to watch it, you can go ahead and do so. So anyways, guys, thank you again for watching this Q&A live stream number 34, and we will see you next Friday. So that will be it. Thanks for watching, guys. See you soon.